What goes 100 miles per hour, sounds like NASCAR, but happens on the water. All the details of the race, the foundation that they're raising money for, and the venue is coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio, no stranger to the PGTV studios. I'm going to say at least for the past 8 years we've been doing this.
Close enough.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Close, maybe even 10. Go back that far?
8 was the World, so it was even before that.
Oh, wow.
We've been doing this. So, yeah, at least 10 years.
A legend within the racing community,
Well,
R.C. Howie. Well, you're a legend in my mind.
Mine too.
But R.C., how you doing?
Fine.
Always good to see you. It's about that time of year. U.S. Title Series coming to town, and for those that really don't know that much about boat racing, let's talk a little bit about the U.S. Title Series.
International organization, basically, because we are connected with the racers over in Europe and Asia. So our classes correspond with their classes, and everybody says, well, it's a class. How do you determine that? I know you're going to ask that question.
Exactly.
So we are displacement of the engines, and we do it in cubic centimeters, cc's. And we go from the old alphabet classes of A, B, C, D on up into 250, 350, 500, and 1100 cc's. And we have hydroplanes and runabouts. I happen to drive a runabout.
Now, what's the difference between a hydroplane and a runabout?
Hydroplanes, everybody pretty much knows about the Unlimited. Miss Budweiser has fame in this area of the country. And a runabout is a distant cousin of the family runabout. And I have a picture here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. It's a displacement hull, has a flat bottom, and hydroplane has a tunnel built into it. And literally, they both fly on water. Technically, a runabout is a hydroplane because we hydro water, plane as an airplane.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the speeds of the different classes. For the folks coming out to see it, how fast will the boats be going on the water?
The kids class we call K-Pro, run about 50 to 55 miles an hour. That's our slowest class. And then they go up over 90. Nearly 100. It depends on the length of the course, what your top end speed will be, because we have to set up the boats for acceleration.
So one of the things that's really important, and you guys are on top of, is the safety of the sport. Talk a little bit about some of the precautions that you guys have for the drivers and the crews alike.
Well, the drivers end up having obviously a helmet and a flotation device, life jacket, if you will. We also wear cut-resistant clothing on our legs, the pants and a sleeve that is made out of various materials. Kevlar is one. There's a few other materials that are coming with the new technology, lighter weight, a little more resistance. Kevlar actually loses some of its ability to be cut resistant by being wet, that we have found out. And there's neck supports that we wear. So if you go out of the boat, you hit the water pretty hard at 90 miles an hour. It's like concrete. Yeah. It's not water anymore.
One of the things that I was amazed with in shooting this in the past is for the boats that have the canopies. Talk a little bit about that, and in the event that they do flip over, talk about the support that they have as far as the ability to breathe underwater and how long, and the crews that are going to rescue them.
Yeah, the reinforced cockpit boats, or capsule boats, commonly called, They have a breathing system. They have radio communications because of the visibility is pretty bad. They are safety harnessed in, just like the race car drivers. It's a 7-point harness. And then we have divers on the safety boats, the rescue boats. So if the boat is upside down, the diver can go and assist the driver out of the capsule itself.
I want to talk a little bit about the venue because you guys have been in Lake Alfred for some time, and that lake is a beautiful backdrop to race on. Talk to me a little bit about the venue itself.
Yeah, Lake Alfred has a long history in boat racing. 1949, they held this type of racing national championship and did it again in 51 and 52, I believe. I'm a historian and now I'm trying to remember. Also, the first stock utility nationals, which is now the stock outboard division, was also held there in 49. So we have a long history. We've had record courses there of various sizes. There's been a number of records. I can't even document it all because it's difficult to go back that far. We like Lake Alfred. We like racing there, and we have history there.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that's unique about this is, as you said, you have organizations throughout the world, and this isn't something that's just local. This is you've got drivers coming in from all over the United States.
Yes, in the past we've had a driver come from Washington. He's not going to make it this year. I've already talked to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have drivers from all over. Primarily they're coming out of the Midwest. We got some from the Northeast and a number of local drivers from Florida. So we've got them from all over.
Let's talk specifics of the event. We got a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. When does it go on? What's the dates? What's the times? And what's the schedule for the events?
Okay. Schedule is Friday will be a test day, so we can tune up the boats. Saturday and Sunday, the races will start at noontime, probably run to about 5 o'clock. The dates are the 26th is Friday, 27th, 28th are the race days of April. Last weekend, easy to remember, right after Easter.
And one of the cool things about it, you guys kind of race for a cause. Talk to me about the foundation and the money that you're raising and looking to give back to the community.
Race for the Kids Foundation always tries to raise money with something to do with children. This year it's going to be for Alzheimer's Speak and the St. Jude's Research Hospital.
One of the things that I found unique is I've been lucky enough to come out on a Friday, and it's really the test and tune day to me is probably the most fun because you guys kind of get together. Talk a little bit about that test and tune day on the Friday.
Well, it gives us a chance to reacquaint one another because we haven't seen each other since the end of last race season, and we help each other out. It's one of the most friendliest family sports I'm aware of with such high competition. Other forms of sports get a little more cutthroat. We'll give the other guy our motor to make sure we beat him on the race course and not on the beach.
Yeah. One of the things that you did mention, and it being a family event, I've done interviews out there and where you've got kids, you've got fathers, you've got grandfathers, it just runs through the generation. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we are working on our 5th generation of boat racers already. Organized outboard racing started in 1928, and we have had great-grandfathers start racing back then, and now their great-grandkids are starting to race. It's just really interesting and so much fun to watch the kids come up through the years. This is my 49th year, and now I'm racing against the sons of the fathers I used to race against.
Now, RC, the series itself, where are some of the other venues that you race?
Constantine, Michigan. Depew, Illinois is our national championship in July. Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. They're working on a race in Tennessee around the Bristol area, somewhere near the NASCAR racetrack, from what I understand.
And just about how many boats altogether will be at this event?
The total number is going to be around 90 to 100 boats total, about 12 boats per class, roughly. If there's more than 12, we go into elimination races.
So when they start off these races, how, you know, within NASCAR, you've got kind of a pace car keeping, keeping everybody in check, and it's a unique way that these races are started. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Boat racing has a unique way to start. There is a giant clock sitting on the float with the judges. And you have 2 minutes to get on the race course, and then 1 minute before the actual start of the race. And what you have to do is you're milling around the race course, and you have to time it that you come around the turn, go down the straightaway, and hit this imaginary starting line right when the clock hits 0. If you're early, you're disqualified. If you're late, you're probably going to lose the race.
So how much practice does it take? You know, I mean, you've been doing this for 49 years. How long did it take for you to hit that? I'm still amazed at the number of boats that actually hit that right on time and have that timing down.
It takes some work because it's a hand-eye coordination type thing. You're dealing with the speed. You come up too fast, you have to back off. You come up too late, you're behind. It is a difficult thing to learn, but you do it in various ways. I spent a lot of years with a stopwatch in the boat, and I would time in that 2 minutes you have to get on the race course, the distance from buoy to buoy. And then you kind of lock that into your memory brains and say, oh, that takes 10 seconds. And you try to hit that buoy at the 10-second mark so that when you get to the starting line, you've nailed it.
And all this while the boat is at full throttle or pretty near full throttle.
Yeah, with 11 other guys around you.
That is controlled chaos. Well, RC, we got just a little bit of time left. What I want you to do is inspire the folks to get out and check this out in Lake Alfred.
Lions Club Park on Nokomis Avenue. The dates are the 26th to the 28th of April, right after the Easter weekend. There'll be food vendors there, so you won't go hungry or thirsty. You can come down. The racers love to talk about their boats. You can come up, touch it, look at it.
And that's the thing that's most unique about it is you walk through the pits. You know, the pits and the grandstands are all together. So it's actually one of those, you know, 5 senses things that you can go through, right?
Yeah.
Well, always a pleasure to have you in, and look forward to seeing you out there. And stop in and see us again, will you, RC?
Love to.
All right. Thanks, RC. The U.S. Title Series and Race for the Kids Foundation presents the Lake Alfred Boat Races at Lions Park. Join them for testing on Friday, April 26th, with races on Saturday and Sunday from noon to 5 p.m. each day. Now, the admission is $5, and kids under 10 are free, along with free parking. Drivers come from all over the U.S. to participate in this event that kicks off the U.S. Title Series season. This year's race will also benefit Autism Speaks and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital through the Race for the Kids Foundation. Now, if you need more information, you can look them up on the web at www.ustitleseries.net.